I was with Women's Crisis Center in 2017 and A Voice for the Innocent in 2018. And both agencies deal with sexual violence, which is obviously a very heavy topic. While I am just an employee at Women's Crisis Center, I'm the founder of A Voice for the Innocent. And you know, I didn't have nonprofit background when we started. We just wanted to jump in and start helping. And so I feel like for the first 3 or 4 years we existed, I was just trying to get people to be impressed with numbers and statistics, and nobody ever was. And maybe some of you have that experience too. And you're like, look, this is a problem. And you're like, yeah, 1 in 5, you know, okay, what's that mean, you know? And so Fast Pitch, but with both years, has really helped me learn what story we wanted to tell. And I'm really glad I see Glenn back there, because Glenn was my coach the first year and then also part of my second year. And every single time we go to post, you know, some sort of new messaging online, whether we go to post or talk with somebody, talk with funders, I hear Glenn in the back saying, why? Why? Because that was what he did for me every single time. Was I'd give a tiny story, or I'd give some little bit of information in my pitch, and Glenn would say, why? Who cares? And I'd be like, I care, you know? And he'd be like, okay, but you gotta get deeper. And so I have that in the back of my head, why? But it's really helped us really think about how we're telling literally every aspect of our story. I don't know, I think I did send it. I'm not sure if they've already shown it.
I got it. I've got it for you.
So right after Fast Pitch last year, we were doing, with A Voice for the Innocent, we go out and we do music tours. And there was a giant music tour that was called Vans Warped Tour. It just ended last year, the cross-country run. And even though they pay for us, the costs associated with it are just so high for us, especially a nonprofit. And so we took my pitch and literally got a bunch of people to meet us down at Rheingeist. We filmed a video, and it was a 3-minute version, and it was slightly catered to a Warped Tour audience at the end. But it was really helpful, and I already knew what I wanted to say. And that's just come around every single time. If we're telling a story, I'm always thinking, why? What's the actual story? It's more than numbers. These are people. And it's a fine line for us, because we can't go out. We're an anonymous site, and it's obviously very confidential information. So it's hard for us to tell very specific stories. But the Fast Pitch has really helped me think around that, you know. And I think a couple folks asked other people. I had a method for memorizing. Especially the second year, I'd start to say something, I'd be like, oh no, that's last year's. You know, so I had to find a way that was helpful for me to memorize. I would read my pitch through, make sure that I was on time, and just get comfortable reading it, saying the words out loud. And then I would make a recording just on my phone of how I wanted the words to sound. Or how I was comfortable, okay, this sounds good. And we have an easier time memorizing a song by listening to it than memorizing the lyrics. So then I would practice with the recording and no script at all. And that way I'd be like, I guess I'm auditory. So I would hear how it sounded, and I'd be like, oh, I messed up there, that's right. And that was really helpful for me. Then I could do it in my car while I'm driving. I just listen to it, and I'm, you know.